Let's begin with a simple question. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt that staying in something was just making you more tired, more stressed, or more unhappy? Whether it's a relationship, a job, or even a personal belief, sometimes we hold on because we're afraid of the unknown, or simply because it's what we've always known. But what if instead of clinging to something that isn't serving us anymore, we made the bold decision to walk away? What if that decision could be the very thing that sparks spiritual growth and personal transformation? Walking away is a concept that many people shy away from. It often feels like we're abandoning something, maybe even ourselves. The fear of regret or the judgment of others can make walking away seem like a risky, even reckless decision. But what if I told you that walking away can be one of the most powerful choices you could make for your spiritual growth? This idea is grounded in deep spiritual wisdom, especially from the teachings of Carl Jung, who emphasized the importance of individuation. The process of becoming the person we are meant to be by freeing ourselves from external pressures and the constraints of past experiences. Now, why is walking away so important for spiritual growth? First, it's important to recognize that spiritual growth doesn't just happen in a vacuum. It requires us to shed old layers, let go of things that are holding us back, and create space for something new. Carl Jung often talked about the need for individuals to confront their shadows, the parts of themselves that they've suppressed, avoided, or ignored. Walking away is, in a way, a confrontation with our shadows. A moment of clarity when we realize that continuing down a certain path is only keeping us in a cycle of pain or stagnation. Think about it for a moment. How often do we stay in situations because we feel obligated, because of guilt, or because we fear the unknown? How often do we put our growth on hold in favor of maintaining the status quo? In the process of staying, we often become numb to our desires, to the call of our soul, and we lose touch with what truly matters to us. Walking away, then, is an act of reclaiming that connection to our true selves. It's a choice to honor our own needs, our peace, and our well-being. Now let's take a closer look at how walking away relates to spiritual growth. The first major benefit of walking away is that it creates space for self-reflection. Sometimes, we get so caught up in external circumstances, relationships, careers, and obligations that we lose sight of ourselves. Walking away allows us to step back, to reflect, and to reconnect with who we are. It's in those moments of quiet that we can hear our inner voice more clearly, which is often drowned out by the noise of everyday life. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." Walking away, even momentarily, can be the catalyst for this process of becoming. But there's another reason why walking away is important for spiritual growth. It teaches us about boundaries, a concept that many people, especially those who have spent years putting others first, struggle with. Walking away helps us set healthy boundaries with others, whether it's a toxic friend, a draining job, or a negative environment. Jung believed that individuation involves knowing where we end and others begin. Walking away is an act of honoring that line, of saying, "I respect myself enough to choose what aligns with my inner truth." Furthermore, walking away is a powerful form of self-empowerment. It's easy to feel powerless in situations where we feel stuck, like we have no choice but to endure. But the reality is that we always have a choice. Choosing to walk away, choosing to let go, is one of the most powerful ways we can take our power back. It's a reclaiming of our agency, our autonomy, and our ability to create our path. It doesn't mean we're running away from challenges, but instead, we're choosing to approach life on our terms, rather than being shaped by circumstances beyond our control. Jung also spoke about the importance of confronting and embracing our fears. Walking away can bring up a lot of fear, especially when it comes to the fear of change, the fear of what others will think, or the fear of being judged. But what Jung taught us is that facing our fears head-on is one of the most profound ways to grow spiritually. When we walk away from situations that no longer serve us, we're facing our fear of the unknown. We're showing ourselves that we are capable of navigating uncertainty and trusting that, in doing so, we are aligning with our highest good. Now, let's talk about the second major point, Why walking away is necessary for letting go of the past. So often, we carry emotional baggage from past relationships, old wounds, or past disappointments that continue to weigh us down, even though the event itself has long passed. When we continue to stay in situations that are connected to these past wounds, even if they don't seem harmful on the surface, we keep reliving those old emotions, those old stories. Walking away gives us the ability to break that cycle. It's an opportunity to stop rehashing what was and start embracing what could be. It's about saying, I am not my past. I am not defined by the mistakes I've made or the hurts I've endured. Jung believed that to truly grow, we must embrace our whole selves, including our past, our shadow, and our fears. Walking away isn't about forgetting these parts of ourselves. Instead, it's about choosing to move forward despite them. It's about recognizing that we don't have to live in the past to honor the lessons we've learned from it. By walking away, we are creating a fresh space for healing, growth, and transformation. This brings us to the final aspect of walking away that I want to explore with you today: the concept of spiritual freedom. Freedom, in the spiritual sense, doesn't just mean physical freedom or the ability to do whatever we want. It's about freeing ourselves from the internal limitations that keep us trapped: fear, doubt, guilt, shame. Walking away can be a profound form of spiritual liberation. It's a decision to release the emotional chains that have been holding us hostage and to step into the unknown with trust and faith. Carl Jung's work on the unconscious and the importance of individuation tells us that spiritual freedom comes when we stop living in reaction to the outside world and start living in response to our inner truth. Walking away is a declaration of that truth. It's a decision to live authentically, not based on what others expect of us, but based on what we know to be true deep within. When we learn to walk away from what no longer serves us, we're making room for new possibilities, new relationships, and new ways of being. It's a beautiful paradox. By walking away, we are actually walking towards something much greater: a deeper connection to ourselves, a richer sense of peace, and an empowered spiritual life. So, as we reflect on these thoughts, I encourage you to consider what in your life might be asking for a conscious spiritual walkaway. What are you holding on to that's keeping you in a cycle of emotional or spiritual pain? What are you afraid to let go of, even though you know it's no longer serving you? Walking away might seem daunting at first, but remember, it's an act of love for yourself, a way of saying, I am worthy of peace, joy, and growth. Stay with me, because in the next section, we will delve deeper into how you can begin to apply this spiritual principle in your own life. We'll explore some practical steps you can take to make walking away a part of your spiritual journey. Stay tuned. Now that we've begun to explore the powerful role that walking away can play in your spiritual growth, let's dive deeper into how you can start applying this principle in your life, especially if you feel stuck or unsure about making that first step. As we've discussed, walking away is not about running from your problems or ignoring your feelings. It's about consciously choosing to let go of what no longer serves you so you can move forward in alignment with your higher self. It's about freedom, empowerment, and spiritual evolution. One of the most important aspects of walking away is recognizing when something, whether it's a person, a situation, or even a belief system, is no longer nurturing your well-being or your growth. Often we stay in relationships or situations simply because we feel obligated, because we've invested time, or because we fear what might happen if we walk away. But staying in a place of discomfort only prolongs our suffering. It keeps us tethered to the past, preventing us from experiencing the fullness of the present moment. A critical first step is to become aware of where you're feeling trapped. Ask yourself, where in my life am I holding on to something that no longer serves me? Where am I feeling drained or stuck? It could be a toxic relationship, a job that drains you emotionally, or even a belief system that you've outgrown. Once you identify where you're feeling stuck, permit yourself to feel your feelings about it. It's important to acknowledge your discomfort, to recognize the emotional toll that holding on has taken on you. For example, perhaps you've been in a friendship where you're constantly giving but not receiving the same level of care in return. Or maybe you've been in a job that you've outgrown, but you stay because it's familiar or you're afraid of change. The key here is to honestly ask yourself, what is this situation doing to me? How is it affecting my peace, my happiness, and my spiritual growth? When you ask these questions, you'll begin to see the areas of your life where walking away may be the healthiest choice for your spiritual evolution. Once you've recognized where you need to make a change, the next step is to start practicing detachment. Carl Jung spoke about the necessity of letting go of attachments to grow spiritually. He understood that we often become overly attached to external circumstances, relationships, and even our identities. This attachment can trap us, keeping us from embracing change and moving forward. Detaching from something doesn't mean you stop caring, but rather, it means releasing your emotional dependence on it. You can begin practicing detachment by shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing walking away as an act of failure or abandonment, try reframing it as an act of self-love and spiritual liberation. Remember, walking away isn't a rejection of what was, but rather a recognition that what was no longer aligns with your path forward. When we let go of attachments, we make room for new opportunities, new lessons, and new growth. Think of it this way. Detaching from something or someone who no longer serves your highest good is a powerful spiritual act of self-respect. You're telling the universe, I trust that by walking away, I am making space for the things that truly align with my authentic self. It's an act of faith in your journey, a trust that by letting go of what no longer fits, you will be guided to something better, more fulfilling, and more in harmony with your soul's purpose. Now let's talk about the emotional side of walking away. It's natural to feel fear, sadness, or even guilt when you decide to walk away from something that's been a part of your life for a long time. The emotions you're feeling are valid, and it's okay to experience them. The key is not to let these emotions control you or prevent you from taking the necessary step towards your growth. Remember, spiritual growth often requires us to step outside of our comfort zones, to do things that feel uncomfortable at first but ultimately lead to a greater sense of peace and fulfillment. A practical way to deal with these emotions is through self-compassion. Carl Jung spoke about the importance of self-acceptance in the process of individuation. When you walk away from something, it's essential to be kind to yourself. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them define you. Reassure yourself that this decision is part of your spiritual growth and that you are worthy of peace and happiness. Trust that the discomfort you feel now will eventually give way to a sense of freedom, clarity, and alignment with your true self. Another essential step is to practice patience. Walking away is rarely a one-time event. It's a journey that takes time, and there may be moments when you feel pulled back to the situation you've walked away from. In those moments, it's crucial to remind yourself of why you decided to walk away in the first place. Keep your focus on your spiritual journey and your commitment to your growth. Trust that each step you take away from the old is leading you closer to the new, to a place of inner peace and spiritual alignment. As you continue to walk away from what no longer serves you, the next step is to focus on filling the space that has been created. It's important to make sure that as you let go of something, you're consciously making room for something better. This could mean cultivating new habits, surrounding yourself with people who support your growth, or engaging in practices that nourish your soul. By focusing on filling your life with things that inspire and uplift you, you prevent the space you've created from being filled with fear or uncertainty. Consider starting new activities that bring you joy or reconnecting with passions and hobbies you may have neglected. Embrace the opportunity to explore new paths, whether it's through learning, creative expression, or cultivating new relationships that align with your values and aspirations. As you do this, you'll find that the void you feared will gradually be filled with positive energy, new experiences, and spiritual fulfillment. One of the most powerful tools for walking away is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness allows you to be fully present in the moment, helping you detach from the past and stop worrying about the future. By practicing mindfulness, you'll be able to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing you to process your emotions and make decisions that are in alignment with your highest good. This practice also helps you let go of the attachment to outcomes. Instead of focusing on what you think should happen, you become open to what unfolds, trusting that it's all part of the greater spiritual plan. Journaling can also be a valuable tool in this process. Writing down your thoughts and feelings as you walk away from something can help you gain clarity and release emotional baggage. Journaling is a safe space where you can express your fears, your excitement, and your gratitude as you embark on this journey of spiritual growth. It can also serve as a record of your progress, reminding you of how far you've come and the insights you've gained along the way. As we reach the end of this section, I want to leave you with a thought. Walking away is not about running from something. It's about stepping into something greater. It's about embracing change, trusting the process, and having the courage to move forward in alignment with your spiritual path. Remember, Carl Jung believed that true spiritual growth happens when we dare to let go of what no longer serves us and trust in the journey ahead. In the next section, we will explore how you can continue to cultivate a mindset of growth and openness as you embrace the changes that come with walking away. We'll talk about how to remain grounded, how to cultivate peace amid change, and how to keep your spiritual journey moving forward with purpose. As we continue on this journey of spiritual growth, let's dive deeper into how we can stay grounded and focused as we walk away from the things that no longer serve us. This process isn't just about making a one-time decision. It's about sustaining that commitment to growth and ensuring that we remain in alignment with our true selves as we navigate the changes that come with walking away. The first important practice to embrace is mindfulness. We touched on mindfulness earlier, but let's go into more detail about how this practice can help you stay centered during this time of transition. When you're in the process of walking away, whether it's from a relationship, a job, or a belief system, it's easy to get caught up in feelings of doubt, fear, or anxiety. You may start to second-guess yourself or wonder if you made the right decision. Mindfulness can help you manage those feelings by bringing you back to the present moment. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. Instead of getting swept away in a whirlwind of emotions, you learn to simply notice them and let them pass. It's not about denying your feelings or pretending they don't exist. It's about recognizing them and permitting yourself to feel them without letting them control your actions. By practicing mindfulness, you allow yourself to step outside of the story you're telling yourself and gain a clearer, more objective view of the situation. This creates the space to make better decisions and stay true to your intentions. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is through meditation. I know it can feel overwhelming at first, but meditation doesn't have to be long or complicated. You don't need to clear your mind completely or sit for hours. Just a few minutes each day can make a huge difference. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. As thoughts come up, simply acknowledge them and gently bring your attention back to your breathing. This simple act of focusing on your breath can help calm your mind, reduce stress, and make you more present to what's happening in your life. Another way to integrate mindfulness into your daily life is to practice mindful walking. This can be particularly powerful if you feel the need to make decisions or clear your mind. The next time you go for a walk, pay attention to each step you take. Feel the ground beneath your feet, notice the sounds around you, and breathe in the fresh air. By being fully present in the moment, you allow yourself to let go of distractions and center yourself. You'll find that this simple practice can bring a sense of calm and clarity, especially during times of change. As you walk away from what no longer serves you, it's also important to practice self-compassion. Walking away can be a challenging decision, and there may be moments when you feel unsure or overwhelmed. It's in these moments that self-compassion becomes an essential tool. Remember that walking away doesn't make you weak. It's a sign of strength. It takes courage to let go of what is familiar and step into the unknown. It takes courage to choose your well-being over staying in a situation that isn't right for you. Being compassionate with yourself means acknowledging your emotions without judgment and understanding that it's okay to struggle during times of transition. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to have all the answers right away. It's okay to take things one step at a time. Offer yourself the same kindness and support you would give to a friend who was going through a similar situation. When you make mistakes, when you have moments of doubt, remind yourself that you're human, and that's part of the process. The key is to be patient and gentle with yourself as you navigate this change. Self-compassion also involves forgiving yourself for any past decisions or mistakes that led you to the point of needing to walk away. It's easy to be hard on ourselves, especially when we feel like we've made the wrong choices in the past. But remember, every decision you've made has brought you to this moment, and now you're choosing to step forward in alignment with your higher self. Allow yourself to release any lingering guilt or regret and focus on the new path you're carving for yourself. Now that we've discussed how to stay grounded and practice mindfulness and self-compassion, let's explore how you can continue to strengthen your spiritual growth as you walk away from what no longer serves you. One of the key components of spiritual growth is living with intention. When you decide to walk away, it's important to be clear about what you want to create in your life moving forward. What do you want to make space for? What do you want to bring into your life as you release the old? By setting clear intentions, you give yourself a roadmap for your spiritual journey. This doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out right away, but it does mean you're being intentional about the direction you want to go. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it so that it grows into something beautiful. You can set intentions in a variety of ways. You might want to create a vision board with images and words that represent your goals, or you might prefer to write down your intentions in a journal. The key is to be specific about what you want to manifest and to align your actions with those intentions. By doing so, you'll find that the universe begins to respond to your clarity and commitment. You'll attract people, opportunities, and experiences that align with your new path. It's also important to stay open to what comes next. As you walk away from one chapter of your life, it's natural to wonder what will happen next. You may feel uncertain about the future, but remember that uncertainty is not something to fear. It's an invitation to trust the process and let go of the need to control the outcome. Stay open to new opportunities, new relationships, and new experiences that may come your way. Sometimes, the things we need to move forward show up when we least expect them. In the process of walking away, it's essential to embrace a mindset of abundance. Often, we hold on to things or people out of fear that we'll never find something better. We may think that if we walk away, we're losing something, when in reality, we're making room for something greater. When you walk away with an abundance mindset, you trust that the universe will provide what you need at the right time. You trust that by releasing what no longer serves you, you're opening yourself up to new blessings, growth, and opportunities. Lastly, I want to touch on the importance of surrounding yourself with the right energy. When you're in the process of walking away from something, it's vital to be mindful of the people and environments you're surrounding yourself with. Just as you're letting go of the old, make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support your growth. Seek out relationships that nourish your soul, that challenge you to become the best version of yourself, and that bring you peace and joy. Sometimes, walking away from what no longer serves you means walking toward new relationships or communities that align more closely with your values and aspirations. As you make space for new energy, be intentional about the people you invite into your life. The right people can offer guidance, support, and love as you continue on your spiritual journey. Now that we've explored how walking away can deepen your spiritual growth through mindfulness, self-compassion, intentional living, and surrounding yourself with the right energy, I want to leave you with one final thought. Spiritual growth is a lifelong journey. Walking away from what no longer serves you is a powerful step, but it's just one part of the bigger picture. As you continue to grow, keep remembering that each step you take is a step toward becoming the truest, most authentic version of yourself. Embrace the process, trust the journey, and know that you have everything you need within you to continue growing and evolving. Walking away is not about leaving something behind. It's about stepping into a new phase of your life with clarity, purpose, and spiritual alignment. Thank you for joining me on this journey of spiritual growth. If this video has resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on personal growth, spirituality, and living your best life. Stay grounded, stay open, and always remember, the path to spiritual growth is within your hands.